Welcome back to that build and to 2024 and back to this, finally. So firstly, if you're new to the channel, I do invite you to like, subscribe and check the notification bell so you can keep up to date with everything going on. It has been a while. Long while. Most of it has been deliberation as to where to progress from this point here. If you're not too up on that, basically a couple of clips from beforehand, this was the dilemma I was facing in that this corner is pushed in. The car was like that when I bought it, didn't realize it until much later down the track, and of course now I'm finally at the point of having to rectify it. After much consideration and failed attempts to cheat my way out of it, I have decided to part ways with yet some more cash and buy this. Yes, this is a brand new entire front bit. I have no idea what it's called. But anyway, I have bought this and then instantly thought, no, I don't like this. There is a reason why, and it is mainly due to the fact that the piece that's on the car, I assume, is the original one from factory. It's unfortunately just dented somehow. This one, brand new, aftermarket, and later generation build piece means that the quality just isn't as up there in comparison. It is slightly different as well in a few key aspects, but one of which really, which I'm not overly impressed about, I'm going to trip over everything, is pretty much right down here. So if we have a look between my original one and this one, the new one, this is A, slightly thinner metal, B, not really welded together as well, but it is still machine welded, I'm sure much more substantial compared to my impressive welds, but I'm just not really feeling the love, so to speak, with this piece. So what I decided to do, after chatting with many people and making sure that my stupid idea was not so stupid after all, is I'm going to hack this up and cut out just the piece I need to weld into this existing one. It is suffice because it's not exactly a crucial part in the way it actually mounts to the unit and what have you. It is simply just covering up a corner and just tying it all together. Getting in some sufficient welds, making sure I actually do cover the entire area and just blending it to the best of my abilities, it will more or less put it back to as good a factory state as possible without removing the entire front section here, putting this piece in, which again, I'm not overly happy with. So the question begs, could I have simply just cut this out and fabricated some metal to go in there? Me? No, definitely not. Someone else? Probably yes, so yes. But as I have explained in the past, I want to do as much of this car as possible. And from what I've actually done, from what I've learned, from what I've experienced and all that sort of stuff, I do want to keep that sort of effort going. So this may be much to my detriment, but I am going to cut this piece out now. Once I've done some measuring, I really need to make sure of that. So what we're going to do first is take this off. So the entire chassis is going to be floating. I don't know how I'm going to do this. So I am going to cheat a little and finish this before I've actually finished the job, mainly because realistically it's not going to look much different compared to what it does right here, except for a few little squiggly lines be gone. So that's more or less job done there finally, and I put this off for reasons I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't that bad of a job. A little fiddly, but for the most part, at least now it is as it should be. Nice flat surface, so there's nothing actually pushing out the geometry of the steering anymore, which is the main thing. So that will be more or less done very shortly and moving on finally. So I think the next thing will be essentially tackling this front end, because I need to get that back on to check something else with regards to this, which is already mounted, and I might have to remount it. You'll find out. Anyways, so finally another episode pumped out. It's been so hot that I have more or less put off doing any sort of work whatsoever. I got halfway through something with the bath. This I've been doing 15 minutes in the morning because this is a sauna and a half. It just holds the heat and it's still really hot right now. Summer is just intense, so I'm basically just doing tiny bits, waiting for the heat to go away, because the last thing I want to do is swelter and then go to work afterwards. It's not a pleasant feeling. So anyway, rambling as always. Job done, on to the next one very shortly, and up with this episode onto another one in the near future as well. So thank you very much for joining me. As always, like, subscribe, comment below, etc. This has been Dat Build. Now get back to your build. Until next time, guys. Cheers.